Hey, comic book friends, I'm Travis.
And I'm Ethan.
And this is
Monster Comic Reviews.
That's right, this is the second half of the first week of August, the books we read. And we're going to start out with one of our favorites.
I give it a 0. I should tell you what it is right there.
Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Number 12.
Oh, the only thing that I only even quasi liked was the art. The art was...
Yeah, the art wasn't bad in this one.
Interesting.
It wasn't as
interesting seeing their weird Chinese tattoo things, right? But otherwise, I have nothing to say about it. Your turn.
Not a whole lot about this comic makes a lot of sense. It's just kind of all over the map. At one point, he's the very beginning. He's saying he's a gambler, but then he doesn't gamble, or he doesn't know how to. I mean, he's just winging it because he doesn't know anything. And then it goes on 2 pages later where he's then talking about being a great gambler again, and he can read people's faces and whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's really schizophrenic in that way.
And the cover, I mean, not that you always chose the cover, but it's like battle in the house of death. What house of death? Yeah. I didn't see any houses of death.
That's covers for you.
Yeah,
anyway.
But still.
The other things that are going on, don't make a whole lot of sense, really. The New 52 is fundamentally broken.
Green Arrow?
Ollie Queen, Green Arrow, is fundamentally broken in my opinion. One of my favorite characters, and I've got one more issue, and I'm done. We're gonna get the 0 issue. Judge Whittick wrote it, and he it's gonna give his origin, so I'll find out exactly how the new origin works.
How that worked with Aquaman.
Well, I don't know if that part's gonna be in there. I think that was just a cute thing that they threw in the Justice League. But get that, and then I'm done. I'm done with Green Arrow until I don't know when. I don't know what's gonna, because Ann Nocenti, I liked her in the past, but she hasn't done anything for this book. I mean, I see what she's trying to introduce some stuff, but it's it's sad. I give it a 1.
Okay.
There you go.
Awesome. Okay, now to a book with archers and arrows and people who are Joe citizens who have lots of money, as it seems. 2, but is much better. Hawkeye.
Hawkeye number 1.
This is an awesome cover, by the way.
Yep, love the cover. Really like the story. It's relatively simple. It gives us the basics of the character. This is going to be basically Hawkeye told at kind of a street level when he's not being an Avenger. Is really all we need to know. This is Hawkeye when he's not hanging with the Avengers. But the Avengers play a role in it, and the fact is that
he uses their money.
Tries to live with it. Well, he gets paid. He gets paid like everybody else does. No, it was a fun story. I know there are people out there who hate the art, but I liked it just fine. Pizza Dog is great.
Pizza Dog.
As they are calling him.
It wasn't even good pizza.
As they are calling him on Twitter, calling him Pizza Dog. That was great. I love the flashback between the present and the past as far as, and that mission together. I love the art where the panels where, he's in the exact same pose, and he's in the past and he's in the future, depending on what's going on. I thought that was great. I love his little speech at the end where there's some Russian mobsters he's doing.
I'm so glad he beat them up. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, I say bro to some degree, but I don't say
bro.
Da 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 da. Bro. Da 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 da. Bro.
Yeah.
Bro. Oh, I just want to punch him in the face. He's just like, bro. I'm just like, and he has a stupid mustache too, so it's even worse. And a stupid tracksuit.
Anyway, but I loved his speech he gives at the end where the Russian's going, you're one of the Avengers, aren't you supposed to be one of the good guys? And he goes, I'm hanging with the Avengers, I'm with Captain America, and when you're with Captain America, he makes you feel good, he makes you want to do good, you just want to be great, to impress and be with him. But you know what? Right now, Captain America isn't here. And this is simply how it's going to be. You're taking this money, you're going away, and I'm never going to see you again because I'm paying everybody's rent and I'm buying the building off and whatnot. I mean, that part of it, that small piece of it, is a plot line that's been used a million times. Rich guy lives someplace trying to be like one of the people, and someone's going to buy their place out, and they rescue him. I mean, so that part, whatever. But still, the way the whole thing was delivered, I thought was really, really well. Yeah. I'm excited to see the book.
I love the fact that to some degree, his dog has the same injuries as him.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Except for the missing eye.
I mean, like the missing eye, but I mean, the guy and when he fell into the car, he had a few more bad things because the dog didn't swing through some glass, get punched out, and dropped on a car. But yeah,
really enjoyed it. It was a very fun read. Looking forward to where the story goes from here. If they keep telling stories that are like this, I'm really gonna like the book.
What would you give it?
Art and all. I will give it a 4.
I will give it a 4 too.
Okay, next we're going to talk about The Shadow, number 4.
So we find out a little bit more on what might be the origins of The Shadow. So that was
told through the viewpoint of
the Japanese.
The Japanese and the Mongolian pirate.
Yeah.
Tell a story about how they think the Shadow came about, Cranston, how he came about and whatnot. I thought it was very good. I like the way it told this kind of. It doesn't give us full details of exactly what happened, but it gives us details that Cranston was this other person at one point, really despicable, backstabbing, evil guy, basically working the whole underground to his advantage and whatnot. And then supposedly there's this legend. That there's these monks that'll come down, they'll sweep up one evildoer and convert them into a force of good that isn't just going to try and make things better, but they are going to be a reckoning against evil, a force of destruction to just absolutely destroy everything evil. And in one day...
And they do good,
right.
Obviously.
Well, they do good because they're killing off all these bad guys.
No, they did good.
They did good.
On the Shadow. As he comes down and kills about...
Oh, yeah. He killed 100.
Almost 100, yeah.
Like, it was 3 digits. They said 3 digits in one night, and they're not exaggerating.
Yeah.
So he was everywhere, all at once, butchering people with swords.
It's impossible, but all the witnesses only saw.
And then later on, one of the Japanese guys is in America doing some other deals, and there had been this tabloid stuff about this person calling themselves the Shadow that was killing a bunch of people, and he didn't really think much of it at the time. And then he went to this deal. He saw Cranston, and then he heard the Shadow's laughter, and the lights went out. He ran like hell, and everybody in the entire place was butchered.
Yeah.
So he thinks that Cranston is the Shadow, and this whole folklore thing is real.
Yeah.
Which was cool. It was cool. And then in the current times, as things are moving forward, they're in really bad shape at the end of this book.
Yeah.
Because the Japanese have dropped mines in the river, and they run smack.
That was great. I love
the Japanese are all waving. They're like, "What the hell? Why are they waving at us?" After they were just shooting.
And of course, what's his face? The guy who they keep telling not to give any orders, right? Not to listen to.
Is barking orders and being, go get them, go get them. Yeah.
Killed. Yep.
Yeah. I'm very happy with the Shadow comic.
Yeah.
I like the style of art. It's a little gritty. It's a little grim, a little dark. But obviously, that works for the Shadow and the story that's being told there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm quite pleased. I was hoping that this would be good. I've actually collected it longer than I thought I might have collected it, and I don't see any reason why I'm going to quit collecting it.
Yeah.
What would we rate it?
I'd give it a 4.
I'd give it a 4 also. That was very, very enjoyable. Wait, what next?
Okay, we have Stormwatch, issue 12.
Did this issue confuse you as to why this was all happening?
Not really.
Really?
Nope.
Okay, so last issue we had the whole, haha, we're gonna dumb down Stormwatch with the Neanderthal stuff, right?
Yep.
And then suddenly we went from that and supposedly corrupting the engineer, right?
Yeah.
To this, to suddenly Martian Manhunter is rushing around trying to eliminate everybody, trying to eliminate his memories of him out of everybody's heads. No. Which in itself was fine. Those were fun, interesting stories to see how he was going to do that with everybody. But why the hell it was all happening? It's like, what?
I think what they did to engineer is going to take
effect later on.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right? I am a little bit suspicious, though. I think Martian Manhunter might have noticed something when he wiped her mind, but apparently he didn't. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, but whatever. I figured if she had some Neanderthal thing, right? Watching Midnighter though fight Martian Manhunter, that was pretty sweet. Right as they're walking around, you know, Apollo instead of like the table or the bar or whatever, you know, like it usually is. Right. Leave in mind when it's Apollo.
Yeah.
That was interesting. It's interesting to see that Midnighter maybe doesn't want to acknowledge that he's gay.
I don't know. It's the gay part that he doesn't want to acknowledge. I don't think he wants to necessarily acknowledge that him and Apollo are in a relationship because he doesn't want anybody to use their relationship. Not that he's gay. I don't think he has a single issue with people knowing that he's gay, whatsoever. I think it has more to do with the fact is that maybe he doesn't want everybody knowing that Apollo and him are a couple. I think that's more the issue is that someone might use that to their advantage or play that against them, whatever. I love the fact that they explained the damn ugly chin spike.
The freaking chin spike.
That was great.
That was amusing.
That he isn't wearing it for looks. He's wearing it because it actually has a use.
Also.
Can opener.
Okay. I think he totally could have taken out Martian Manhunter here, right? If he hadn't been stupid enough to
tell him what he was gonna do.
Right? He's like, yeah, I've studied your anatomy. I know if I punch you right in the nose, it's going to shift your bone right into your brain. You're going to die. Why would you tell the shapeshifter that?
Because he just moves his brain 4 inches to the right and he misses.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That was, why would you tell him that, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that, you know, I mean, he recognizes the fact that Martian Manhunter's fake smiling and he's just distrusting enough of everybody.
Midnighter is a very cool character.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
He's probably one of the coolest characters in the thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know what's going on to some degree. Obviously, there's the people who are in charge of Stormwatch, and you got the secondary plot where Harry, the Swordmaster, is going to pose as one of them and whatnot. That's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see that storyline going forward. It just felt to me, this issue felt very jarring to just suddenly have this whole thing going on. And of course, there was just an announcement at the Canada Expo, or Toronto Expo, whatever it is, the Comic-Con that's going on there right now, that of course will explain why Martian Manhunter is leaving this, and I'm not going to talk about it now, I'll talk about it in another video, but but why he's leaving.
It's a bummer that he is,
because he's going to leave the team.
Yeah.
He's going to leave the team to go on to do other things, and his way of doing that is to mind wipe everybody. And of course he has to do that because he has to mind wipe everybody, so they've forgotten about him, because once you join the Stormwatch, you can't leave Stormwatch.
Yeah, it's just there's so many people, though, I personally think, on this team that I think could have and should have been able to evade it. Like, I mean, Engineer's a robot, so it's not like they can't pop out the whole cheesy, oh, well, you were saying that you're coming to mind wipe me, I created this little gigabyte of data, right?
She knew about it, right? And was okay with being mind wiped.
She was?
Yeah.
I didn't think she was. I thought she wanted...
No, she was fine with her memories of Martian being mind wiped. She did not want him to mind wipe her heartbreak over the Swordmaster.
Okay. Okay.
So, I didn't have a problem.
I mean, right, but Jenny, I don't know, I don't know, it just feels to me like some of the people, maybe not Apollo, I'm not calling Apollo stupid, but I don't think he's as cunning or as smart as
he's not paranoid.
Midnighter and Jenny.
He's not paranoid. He's not worried that Martian Manhunter is going to do anything to him.
Please don't scream. That's going to be very bad for you and me as she teleports them off to the
all over
dimension,
the place.
Hyperspace. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you give it?
I would give it a week 3.
Me too.
Like I said, it just felt jarring to me. I mean, I didn't mind what was going on in it, and the little bits and pieces were told fine and whatnot. I just it felt very out of the blue, and I guess it was supposed to, but me as a reader, I shouldn't feel uncomfortable reading it because it's out of the blue, and that was my issue with it. Anyway, so next we are going to talk about Swamp Thing number 12. Second part of the prologue.
This was a pretty cool issue, as they dive down even more so, as they explore.
They go into the rot. They go into the realm of the rot.
Mm-hmm. I love Buddy Baker's response to, I guess, Butter Baker, his response to the unmen.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I can feel red in these things,
right? Right, what the heck, yeah.
Because they're guys who have, well, they're humans who have worshipped.
Well, we know from Swamp Thing who the unmen are. They've been running all over the place. They're the guys with their heads twisted around backwards that are, you know.
But they worshipped their death.
Right.
And this is what they get for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, that's a great prize.
Yeah.
Of course, not like, I don't really think I want to be aligned with, personally, with any of these people.
No, I don't either.
I mean, I don't want to be turned into a giant plant. I don't want to have to deal with the rot or whatever rises up. I don't want to be turned into one of those creepy freaking totem things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for the red people. And obviously, I don't want to be dead, so I don't really want to go through rot. So, but that was awesome. This is one of those books that leaves in a cliffhanger.
Yeah, big time cliffhanger.
They jump into the rot ride. They're climbing down their bone ladder that goes on forever.
And then they find out that they basically been suckered.
They've been
supposedly.
Yeah. Arcane shows up, right? He talks about how they suckered the green because you can't bring back avatars. It's not allowed. And so they brought back him. And when you bring back avatar, when one person brings it back up, everybody else, if they choose
gets to too.
So they bring back Arcane, which is their most powerful avatar of the rot, right? Bad.
Well, I kind of wondered if they were going to use to some advantage the fact is, look, we resurrected you, and because we resurrected you, you still are you technically are carrying some of the rot with you, and they're going to use that as some sort of advantage.
That'd be an interesting advantage too.
You know, I mean, I just thought like when I first started saying, I'm like going, oh crap, you know, he's not really totally alive. So there's some piece of him that's part of the dead that's going to be their way in to just make everything go to hell in a handbasket.
And then they find out that they've been there for a year.
Yeah, and at the very end, of course, they get dumped back out what supposedly is, the real world, a year later, and it looks like the rot have pretty much, made everything rotten.
It looks like Poison Ivy's about to skin Swamp Thing is what it looks like.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Thanks.
2 months from now. Yeah. Really cool. I'm not sure. There's some great images in this. Huge, big panels. I'm not sure how much story we got told.
Yeah.
Though. I mean, there's these big, huge expanses with like 3 or 4 pieces of dialogue on it.
Yeah.
They look cool, and I enjoy that. As long as every book isn't like that.
Yeah. That'd be bad.
Yeah. So, would be too decompressed that way. So what would we give this book?
I don't know. I guess I'd give it a 4, I think.
Yep, I give it a 4 also. Combining the two together.
I'd give it a...
No, I'd be 4. It's a perfect setup. Let's get this thing going and see what all kinds of craziness can happen.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, what's next?
World's Finest, Huntress and Power Girl, issue 4.
Don't get too excited.
I won't. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm just kind of...
A comment on
the cover.
Yes. They make Haiku. They make his head look like a potato. He looks like a big glowing potato with arms.
I think he looks like something out of the old World's Greatest Adventures or that sort of thing. Old, 60s.
Yeah.
Atomic monster.
He does.
Which is fine. I don't have a problem with that.
I guess he's not that threatening.
Yeah, this comic is
You could drop it. I won't care.
I already have.
Oh, okay, good.
I mean, I pre-order, so I'm getting so many of them. But this order I did for August, I didn't put it on the list of things to get. I like the 2 characters, but this book is very lackluster. It's like we see the same thing every issue over and over again.
Same explosion.
Same explosion.
Reappearing
One person gets spun around.
Same explosion with blue window.
A few cute comments in this. The flashback stuff is fine. That actually is somewhat interesting. I know I'm getting the 0 issue because the 0 issue is a story told about them back in on Earth 2 being Supergirl and Robin, so I kind of want to see that because I like the costumes and whatnot that are there. There's a continuity issue in this issue. Last issue, Power Girl gets blown up some, and it tears her costume enough to give her the silly boob window thing, kind of, in her new ugly costume. Then in this issue, her costume's back to being fine again until she catches the missile and it blows up on her, and then what does it do? It
boob
creates
window.
A new boob window, which I got nothing against the boob window. I actually like the old costume.
I like the old costume better than this costume.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what I meant. I mean, the old costume was better than the new costume that's currently being used. But, so yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this. Like I said, it's just, pick any one of the other issues that you've read. The same basic beats happen in it that happen in this one, except they do finish it off. They do finally finish the guy off at the end of this one.
Yeah. What would you give it?
2.
I give it a 2.
I give it a 2, not because it was bad,
but because it wasn't good.
It was just extremely dull and extremely just doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah. Okay, final issue, right? Our final issue we're going to talk about is X-Men number 33.
So, it was cool that they were finally getting around to, actually getting to where the proto-mutants were being made.
Where they're being made at? Yep,
right.
The lab. Mm-hmm.
So they all jump out of the sky, right? They jump out of their little plane thing, right? And I was just kind of like, how is that going to work? I mean, I know Storm Pixie can fly, right? And I figured Pixie could at least teleport one person, right? Mm-hmm. And Storm could probably get another. But I was going, I don't think anybody's strong enough that they're going to be able to be taking on, Colossus.
But Colossus isn't going to get hurt.
Right?
I mean,
I didn't realize
that.
Oh,
okay, yeah.
Right?
That's a typical tactic for him.
Awesome as they drop bomb him. I love it. I love it. Pixie, go down there and scout. Poof. Poof. Colossus, look out. What?
Wow.
He gets hit by the flying, like...
Well, when he first gets hit, you're thinking, what down there threw some big rock up at him? You can see him and chuck that's what I first thought. And it's like, oh, it's one of them. I'm like, what? Oh, it's this rock.
Yeah, it pulls up
this
and starts...
rock. Its arms pop out as it starts beating on him in the air as they're still flying around.
Yeah. And of course, when they actually get there to where he is, right, when Colossus booms through his castle, right,
penetrates clear down into his lab. Yeah,
he kills himself. He's like, ha, you win. Okay.
Yeah.
This isn't the end.
Right.
You're just scratching the tip of the iceberg. Bang. So, I don't know, is it like a clone? Is there more of him? Is he going to come back somehow? Or is he actually dead? I mean, how's that
I think he's dead. I think he's dead. I think there's a bigger picture going on, and he's just one crazy zealot somewhere on the lower chain of a much, much bigger picture that I don't even know they're going to talk about right now. I don't know the next, because I mean, this issue really does kind of end. I mean, it ends. So I don't know that, the next issues aren't going to have a whole new storyline. And then
later
6 months from now, this whole thing will well up again. That they'll move on to something else. I think the whole conversation about do we tell Scott, do we not tell Scott, that all is very interesting, I think. I don't think she tells him. Do you?
I don't think so.
I think she gives him some basics of this is what's going on, but I don't know that she gives him the full picture.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the comic.
Yeah.
I liked it. I like the characters. I like this mix of people. I'm looking forward to them doing more stuff so we can see more of them in action. Because I'm not familiar with a lot of these characters. I mean,
like
Domino. Really, Domino, Pixie, really Psylocke. Psylocke's a newer character from back in the day when I used to read
the only
the X-Men.
people who I even have a remote idea are Storm and Colossus.
Yeah. It's enjoyable, and it's enjoyable enough that I'm suffering through pain.
Double.
The $3.99. It's not only is it a $4 book, it ships twice a month. So far I'm still getting that. So.
Yeah. What would you give it?
I would give it a solid 3.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. It was good fun.
Yep.
And
that's it for the first week of August.
Yep. And we'll be back next weekend, I'm sure, because we've still got 2 more weeks worth of comics to read. Yep. And next week, I think new comics ship. So we're going to be in a hurry to try and get them all squashed in and get kind of caught up with everybody. Anyway. Have a good one. Oh, no, one thing I want to mention, for those of you who've waited through this long, you need to go check out Minutia Minutes comic reviews. Me and Ethan occasionally, instead of just doing these straightforward reviews, we do what I like to call alt reviews, where we wear silly glasses or we're sock puppets or whatever. We have fun with that. And he has one that he's done that I think right now pretty much.
We just got shown up.
Pretty much outdoes us.
He just smacked the ball right back into our cart.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So anyway, go check that out. And we'll catch you all next week. Bye.